on any of my social media, then you know, which you should. I'm gonna put my information down below in the description. Anyways, if you follow me on any of my social media before this video, then you would know that this, what I'm wearing, the background, everything, is not the same video that I previously recorded. On this video. My cat is playing with a plastic bag. Anyways, I wanted to redo this video because I was not myself. I was talking about the spirit that haunted the apartment that me and my boyfriend and my roommate lived in. My roommate still lives, my friend, she's not my roommate anymore. She still lives in the same apartment. The ghost spirit thing, demon, yeah, you heard that right, never really bothered her. So even though she still lives there, she hasn't told me about anything. She never really had any experiences like me and Cody did. But it was mainly me. So, hold on, I need to take my dog outside. He's asking to go. So the reason why I chose to redo this video was because I was not acting like myself, because like I said, of all the stuff that has happened in the house, it was too traumatizing, to be honest. And the previous video that I had recorded, I was not like myself. I wasn't very happy talking about it because it scared me, but I feel like I'm more okay talking about it now because I had already talked about it. So I think I can successfully redo this video, and there was some things that I kind of missed in the previous video editing it. Say hi to Bean. So I definitely will include those things now and everything. So let me get my coffee. So one thing I want to say before I do get into everything is, because I feel better about talking about it, I'm going to be more myself, like I said. And the way I cope with things that are traumatic or sad or depressing or anything is I laugh and I make fun of it. There was actually one time me and Cody were on FaceTime before we lived together, and he was laying down eating Skittles and he actually started choking on them. And after he was okay, because I felt bad because I couldn't do anything, but after he was okay, I cracked a joke about it because that's how I deal with things, because it was a little, not really awkward, but it was a little quiet, so I wanted to make it less quiet and awkward, so I made a joke about it. That's just how I am. He did get very mad at me. That's just how I am, and so that's how I'm gonna be. And also, it's for more entertainment purposes. It'll be more entertaining for you to watch this video, because this video will be long, but because watching back the last video, it was probably a total of an hour long, I will be a lot faster and I'll kind of have my mind more straight talking about it. I did make a list. It is very sloppy. You probably can't even see it. I did make a list of everything that happened. I do have pictures of some things. Something that is hard, if you don't know anything about the paranormal world, certain things are very sporadic. It's not like, oh, at 2:30 p.m. it's gonna make a sound. It is very sporadic. You never know when it's gonna happen. If it's something that is, let's say something like the spirit is making tons of noise and you're able to grab your phone, this sadly was not the case. There are pictures of some things that I do have, but the noises, like the knockings and things that has happened, I really don't have any proof of it. So you can believe this story, you don't have to. That is solely your choice. You have your opinion. Personally, I would never make a video for views. That's just how I'm gonna be. That's how I always will be. Everything that I will ever say will be true. Will I exaggerate? No, I will never do that. But I'm gonna be 100% with you guys. Everyone that is watching is gonna get the 100% me and the 100% truth on anything that I have ever said. I will ever tell you, like, if I do any other story times. Anyways, enough ranting. So, a lot of the things, like I said, a lot of the things that happen, I do not have proof of, which kind of sucks because it'd be nice just so people would believe me more. But the certain things that I do, I will show you and all that. So, we will just get into everything kind of from the start. So, what I'm going to say first is going to be kind of all in order, like chronological order, and then the ending is just kind of be like things that have happened that's not really in order because at that point it doesn't really matter. But anyways, so the very first thing that has ever happened in that apartment, me and Cody were taking a shower, and we got out of the shower, and we're drying off. Excuse me, I need to go see what my cat and my dog are doing. Sorry. Anyways, so me and Cody were taking a shower. We got out. We were drying off and everything, like one does after a shower. And he, like, was looking at the mirror. I hadn't seen it at this point. He pointed it out to me. But he was like, "Did you do that?" I was like, "Huh? What are you talking about?" So I looked at the mirror, and I honestly didn't see anything. I seen, like, you know how, like, the mirror gets all, like, foggy and everything after, like, a hot shower? It was that. That's all I saw at first. And he was like, "Did you do that?" I was like, "What?" And he, like, got closer to the mirror, and he pointed. And on the mirror was no. N-O was written very, very big on the mirror. And, like, the condensation fog, whatever. It was just written on the mirror. Like, someone just went up and just wrote, I guess to you guys it would be like this, no, on the mirror. I started freaking out. I did not believe him. I thought he did it and he was trying to, like, scare me or whatever. And I was like, "No, I didn't do that. Why would I do that?" And I was like, who the fuck would do that? Anyways. And I was, like, swearing up and down that he did it. And he looked at me, and I could tell from his facial expression that he did not do that. He was like, "No, I did not do that." And at that point, whenever he got a little bit more serious about it, I was like, "Oh shit, he didn't do it." And I know that I didn't do it. So I looked at him, I was like, "I did not do it." And so at that point, my eyes started watering because whenever I get super, super scared, my eyes start watering because I'm a little baby and I cry about everything. So once he saw my eyes were watering and I was actually crying because I was scared, he then believed that I did not write that. So I ended up messaging Maddie. I do have a picture of it, so I'll show you the picture of the mirror. That's probably, like, the best you can see of the mirror saga. What? Saga series? I don't know. Because it wasn't the first time that I wrote, or that wasn't the only time. I'm sorry. That wasn't the only time I wrote on the mirror. So that was probably, like, one of the best that you can actually see. That was the first thing that has ever happened with that spirit. The next day, later that night, we kept the bathroom door closed because we were kind of, like, freaked out. I really didn't know what was going on. So after that, we closed the bathroom door and Cody and I left the house. And Maddie was at work. She was not home that day, or until that night, I guess. But at the time, she wasn't home. We left, I think we went to, like, McDonald's or something and got food. I don't really remember, not important. But we came back and the bathroom door was cracked open. It wasn't cracked open a lot. It was, I'd say, probably an inch or so cracked open. But we were freaked out about that because it wrote no on the mirror and it was open and whatever. So we closed it again. And then we kind of heard a little bit of knocking on the door, but we kind of brushed it off. We didn't think of it very much. We just kind of ignored it. But then after we had closed the bathroom door, hours later, before Maddie was home from work, can you not? The bathroom door was cracked open again. It was Bean. I am busy, sir. He's playing with his bowl. Anyways, it was cracked open again. It wasn't as, like, it was less cracked open. It was like someone just barely opened the door. Freaked us out again because I know that I closed that door because it was cracked open earlier, so I closed it to make sure, and then it opened again. So at that point, we were just freaked out. And then, you know, like, the top of the toilet, like, the lid on the very top, it's like a port, like, if you open it to, like, fix your toilet or whatever, and you put it down, or even if you just move it, the sound it makes, it's like made out of porcelain, I think. And so whenever you move the lid, it's like a grinding sand glass sound is the best way I can put it. And after like the door was opening and everything, we heard the toilet move. Like, that is really the only sound of its kind, I guess. When you hear it, you know what it is. It's the toilet. You know, nothing really else makes that sound. It wasn't like the toilet lid, like, opening and closing. Like, that's different. It's the toilet lid on the top where you, like, open it and, like, the plumber fixes shit or whatever, and the little, yeah. That thing moved. Like, we heard it move. So we're just like, okay. And like I said, this was before Maddie got home. So all this stuff, like, kind of happened, and it all freaked us out. So the next day, we wanted to talk to Maddie, like, in person about everything that's happened. I wanted to see if anything happened to her. We just wanted to, like, discuss it because it was kind of freaking us out that all this stuff was happening, like, and we weren't doing it. Excuse me. So Cody and I wanted to play, like, a prank on her. We wanted to, like, knock on her door or scratch it or whatever, just kind of, like, scare her. And that was the only prank that any of us did on on each other. Like, that was the only prank. Everything else was 100% true and really, really freaky. But anyways, so she was in her room, and the way our apartment was set up, like, down the hallway. So here, you're going down the hallway. Here's the two sides. Over here is, like, the living room, and then the kitchen's over here. So you go down the hallway, and on this side is our door, mine and Cody's bedroom door. And then a little bit further is our bathroom door, where all the activity has been going on. And at the end of the hallway is Maddie's door into her room. So her room was right next to the haunted bathroom. So she got home that night, her door was closed, and I was like, I recorded this. I think, if I remember correctly, there was, like, a tap or something in the video. I may be wrong because I haven't seen this video in a long time. But, so I have a video on my Snapchat, so it's going to be like this, not this, of Cody going and scratching her door to, like, kind of freak her out. I think what was weird about this video was there was, like, a tap or something, like, in the bathroom. I don't remember. I guess we'll find out. Anyways, so we took the video of him scratching on the door, and she actually didn't hear it. And we were trying. I am, like, the worst person to play a prank on somebody or a lie because I literally laugh and smile the entire time. So, like, I was trying not to laugh because we're kind of, like, trying to freak her out or whatever, and I was trying not to laugh. I don't think she actually heard the scratching on the door because I asked her about it later, and she was like, no, I didn't hear it. So because she didn't hear it, I went into her room to like go talk about everything, and I told Cody, I said, you need to do it again, but this time like bang on the door or something, like make it a little bit louder, and I will act like, you know, it wasn't planned, like it's not a prank. I'll be like, oh my gosh, did you hear that? And like kind of freak out about it. So I was in her room. I wasn't recording this. I kind of wish I was, but then again, if I was recording it, Maddie would be like, this is a prank, like blah 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 blah. So I heard like the bathroom door, like I said, her room and the bathroom door was like really close to each other. I just inhaled a hair. So sorry, I have to like adjust myself. So I heard the bathroom door slam, and I was like playing the part. I was like, oh my gosh, did you hear that? But like obviously more believable. I was like freaking out, and I was like, I'm gonna go see if it's Cody. So I open her bedroom door, and I see Cody like down the hallway coming out of our room. And he kind of was like, was that you guys? And I thought he was playing the part too. I was like, no, was that you? Like, that was so scary. And he's like, no, that wasn't me. And I like, cause Maddie was like back in the room, and she couldn't see like how we're talking out the door. And I was like, was that you? He's like, no, that wasn't me. Just kind of like how he said whenever the no was written on the mirror, I believed him that it wasn't him. Same facial expression. He was like, no, that wasn't me. I thought it was you guys. And I was like, no, we've been sitting on her bed talking. So we look, and the bathroom door is closed whenever it was previously open. So we believe that the bathroom door was slammed, and I thought it was Cody playing the prank, but he never did. Whenever I saw him walking out of the room, that's whenever he was about to go and do what I told him to do, was like knock on the door or something to like scare her or scare us. So it happened before that. So we go in the bathroom and look, and I was like, this bathroom door was closed, like, and it slammed, like, that's so crazy. And we told Maddie, we're like, we were gonna play a prank on you, like, not like a crazy prank, but like we were gonna knock and like kind of scare you, and I was gonna play the part, but that was real. Like, Cody did not do that. And so we all were kind of like freaking out. And we look in the bathroom, and then the toilet paper was like on the far wall from us by the toilet, and it looked like like a little kid just like went over and like was pulling it down into the floor, and there's like a big pile on the floor. No, we don't. At the time, we didn't have our dog or our cat or anything, so we didn't have any animals in there to go and mess with the toilet paper. So we're just like, okay, that's weird. So then we actually were talking to Maddie about everything. We were like, this was gonna be a prank, but it turned out to be real. We didn't mess with the toilet paper, the door, the knocking, the toilet, all this stuff was happening. And obviously the mirror. So we were in her room, and Cody has this app. I have actually seen YouTubers use this app on paranormal investigating, which I thought was kind of cool. But anyways, he has this app. Actually, he has multiple apps, but one of the apps that he has is like a ghost investigator kind of thing. And he had multiple that he used that night, but one that he used, it like picks up on sounds, and the phone like translates it into actual words. So if it hears like a spirit, like not what we say, because you can talk all the time and it never picks up anything that we say, but in the higher frequencies, I guess, that the spirits are said to communicate in, or live in, I don't know, it picks up that stuff. So it was picking up just random words. Nothing really made sense. We kind of just didn't really listen to it because it didn't say all that much. But also on the same page as like this little radar thing, and had like, like the submarines, and it like turns, and so there's like a little dot on if there's like anything like in the movies, you know what I'm talking about. So it would do like the same thing just with spirits. So it would show like a little colored dot on where a spirit was, and the entire time we used it, it was pointing in the direction of the bathroom, which that was honestly scary, because that's where it is. And then there's another app, or it's the same app, it's just a different feature. Don't quote me on it, I really don't know. Where it's like a touchpad, where the screen, you can touch it, and where you touch it, it like shows like a little thumbprint. It's not yours, it's just kind of like animated thumbprint, and it like bings. It's like, it boops really loud. It's like super, super loud. It's honestly scary. It has like this scary little music behind it. So you can touch the screen and it'll show you where you touch it, or if it feels anything else touch it, a spirit touch it, it'll light up. So as we were in her room talking about everything, we had it in her bathroom, which is not where anything happens. And every once in a while it would go off. We're like, okay, I don't really know if this works. So I was like, go set it on the toilet, because it messed with the toilet earlier. Go set it on the toilet in our bathroom, the one that everything happens in. So he went to go set it down in there, and constantly would just go off. Every time it would go off, we'd just be talking, we'd hear it go off because it's really loud out. We just like freaked out. But anyways, we were doing that. So this is probably one of the scariest, like there's a lot of scary parts, but this part is really, really scary. So I have a video, I will also play it. We were joking about holy water. Maddie said something about having holy water, and I was like, wait, I actually have holy water. I was like, I have like 2 bottles of holy water. So I told Cody to go get it. So we went and got it, and we like blessed ourselves. In the video, we were kind of like laughing. We weren't making fun of the spirit or holy water. I would never make fun of like God or anything, or the Holy Spirit, the holy water. We weren't making fun of any of that. We were just laughing because we kind of thought it was funny, like, to use that, but we're also being serious. It doesn't look like we are, but we are. We would never make fun of anything like that. We would never make fun of the spirit world. We would never make fun of the religious world. Nothing. Ever. So I will play that video. We were kind of like blessing ourselves and everything. I think Maddie like cracked a joke in the video. I don't remember. But again, it's also on Snapchat, so it's going to be like this and not like that. I'm sorry. Do you feel better now?
Throw it in the bathroom.
Do my toilet, my shower.
In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Oh my God.
Right as you said toilet and shower, I heard it beep again.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
No, I swear I did.
Bless yourself. So, we blessed ourselves, we blessed her bed, we blessed her room, and I told Cody, I said, go to the bathroom and throw it on the door and make the sign of the cross in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Now, to you, that probably looked backwards, but anyways, I said, go bless it. While we thought that was a good idea, whatever was in the bathroom hated it. And I'll tell you what it did in response of the holy water. It actually, my eyes are starting to water. It might not look like it, but I can feel it, because this was honestly so scary. Like, I'm actually about to cry. I'm sorry. So, whenever he put the holy water, whenever he put the holy water on the bathroom door, and he blessed it and everything, he thought it would be a good idea. Okay, I feel a little bit better. He thought it would be a good idea to put his ear up to the door. And he pulled it away from it really fast. I wish I would have got this on Snapchat. I wish I got a video of this. It's probably one of my biggest regrets in my life that I don't. But spirits also aren't a big fan of like recording stuff. If you do watch paranormal investigating, I'm not talking about like ghost hunters or anything, but like on YouTube, a lot of the ghost or the spirit activity doesn't happen when the camera's on, which it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. It just doesn't like it, but it also uses the energy from it. But anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. So he thought it would be a good idea to listen to the door. He put his ear up to the door, and he pulled away really quick, and he looked like a deer in headlights. And his eyes were so big, and I looked at him, I was like, what? He's like, come here. I just heard it hissing at me. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, hissing? And I was like, I honestly didn't believe him. I thought he was just like kind of going with the flow, because all the crazy things that were already happening, I thought he was just like acting or something. So I walked up to the door, and I put my ear up to the door, and I heard probably the same hissing he heard. and like I said, we didn't have any of our animals at the time. We got Gatsby in the end of May. This was mid-February. It was literally ear level. Like, it literally knew like, the door was closed to the bathroom, obviously, and it, like, knew where I was, and it, like, hissed right in my ear. And it wasn't like a little cat hiss. Like, it wasn't like if my cat would sit there and hiss at me. It was like, the best way I can explain it was like a big cat. Like a fucking Black Panther or fucking cheetah or something like that. Like, it was hissing. It was so loud and so scary. It wasn't like a normal cat hiss. And like I said, I'm a baby. I started crying. I was like, I guess I really wasn't bawling my eyes out. But I was so freaked out that my eyes were watering, and I was just like, holy shit. I was like, nope, I'm done. I'm done with it. No, thank you. But even though I said I was done with it, that was not the end of that night. Even though that was one of the craziest things that had happened that night. We were talking about the no written on the mirror after that. And so, sorry, I forgot to mention this. Whenever it first wrote no on the mirror, we scrubbed the mirror clean with like a towel, so it was gone. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So, I had the good idea of wanting to see if it would write on the mirror again. And it did. So, I went and turned on the shower and the sink as hot as it would go so the mirror would fog up again. And like I said, we scrubbed it clean, so that big no was no longer there. And we closed the door. We were back in Maddie's room talking about everything. And just like, whatever. And so after so long passed, we decided to go in the bathroom and look to see if it wrote on the mirror again. And it did, like I said. So what sucks is they kept having the bathroom door open, and I was telling them to close the door because the fog, like the condensation, was like disappearing because of the airflow that it was getting in the bathroom. So I told them, I was like, close the freaking door. But I did get a picture of what I could. But no, again, N-O, was written on the mirror, not once or twice, but I counted either it was 11 or 13 no's written on the mirror. The only thing that sucks, the reason why I was yelling at them to close the door is because the no's were disappearing and I wanted to get a picture. I couldn't get a video of it, but I did get a picture. There was 2 no's written on the mirror that I got, so I'll pull that up right now. It's in the corner of the mirror, and there was 2 written on there, and they're all different sizes. The 11 or 13, I honestly can't remember how many there were because I don't have a good picture of it. But they're all different sizes. There was like big ones, smaller ones, just all over the fucking mirror. And it was terrifying considering that we wanted to see if it would do it again, and it did. And this was literally the next day. So, and I know for a fact that none of us went in there and wrote on the mirror, you know. So, that was, honestly, after that night, nothing really happened for a very, very long time. I guess not really a very, very long time, but like quite a while. After that night, honestly, all the chaos that went on those 2 nights, nothing like that happened again. There were things that obviously happened again, but not as crazy. It was still kind of insane, but anyways, this is where that stuff was all in order. Now this stuff is going to be kind of not really 100% sporadic, but not as in order as all the rest of it was. So, every time we would hear something, knocking, it was like little knocks. I heard footsteps in the hallway. Now, where we lived, like I said, was an apartment, so you might be thinking that it was just the neighbors or something making noise, but it honestly, I could put, I don't even like saying this, I could put my hand on the Bible and swear that it was not the neighbors. I don't like saying that. I shouldn't have even said that. But I swear to you, it was not the neighbors. I could tell the difference between the noisy neighbors or what is in our apartment. If someone was walking outside your door, your bedroom door, don't you think that you would know, or you wouldn't think, oh, that's probably the downstairs neighbors? Like, no. So I heard knocking. I've heard like faint laughter. There was two times where Cody was, the one time he was taking a nap, and he was like, I was at work at the time, and I believe Maddie was too. He was sleeping on the mattress, and he heard a voice come through the mattress and say something to him. I honestly don't remember what this one said, but there was another time where it was like in the middle of the night, and I was dead asleep because I had work the next morning, or a few hours later because I get up early. But he woke up to, how he described it was an old English accent, like way back when. In the accent, the lady said, "Candace, are you there?" And then after that he heard, "Hey," and he woke up. And honestly, you might think it was me sleep talking, but I don't think I can pull off an old English accent, especially in my sleep. Anyways, that was kind of like the crazy things that had happened to him. The rest, it was me. I don't know if it was attached to me, or if it just really liked me, or it knew I was the most scared of it and gave it the most attention. But pretty much after that, everything really happened to me. So I have a picture I will put in here, and in the corner of our room we had a bunch of pictures hanging on the wall, and it was just like hanging up by like little sticky tack. It's like in the corner of the wall, kind of like back there. Had a bunch of pictures hanging up, and some of the pictures, some of the edges would come off and they would fall, or they would like fall straight down and get stuck into like another picture and against the wall, and they just kind of stick there, or it'd just like fall straight to the floor. Excuse me. But one day, Cody and I were laying in bed. I was actually laying on like the bottom of the bed, and he was laying like up here, and we're watching TV. And so basically where our TV stand is now is very similar to how it was before. So it was actually against like, say, this wall, not catty corner like that, where those were where the pictures were. We were laying in bed watching TV one day, and one of the pictures, literally, I watched the entire thing. It popped off of the wall, went in front of the TV, and circled back to the wall. Like I said, whenever the pictures would fall, they would fall straight down and get stuck in another one, or they would just kind of like just fumble right to the floor. No, this sucker popped off of the wall in front of the TV and straight back to the wall. I don't believe that's how that would work. I hope my cat's just messing with something. Anyways, so that really freaked us out. And what was weird, there was two things weird about that. For one, the picture was perfectly fine. Like I said, some of the pictures' edges would fall off, but this one was perfectly stuck to the wall. Like there was nothing wrong with it. Because I would actually sit there and like look at our pictures, and I knew that this specific picture was perfectly fine, because I would look at the ones that were like messed up, and I was like, I really need to fix those. Second thing that was really weird about that was, this is what the picture was. I was at Cody's house before we moved in, and he was sleeping. This was not the same house that we're in now, or the apartment. I'm sorry, the apartment that we were living in. This was him and his old roommate's place, and he was taking a nap, and I was laying right there next to him, and you can like see a part of me. I was awake, he was asleep. Now I wake up at 4:30 every morning to get ready for work, and a lot of the things that I would hear would be in that time, whenever he is sleeping and I'm awake. And what was the picture? He was sleeping and I was awake. Also, besides that fact, that was the very, very, very first picture we had ever taken together. Like, I know he's sleeping, so he had no really say in the picture, but that was the very first picture I ever took like with him. So I thought that was really weird. So I like, it popped off the wall like nobody's fucking business. And I was just like, do you know what picture that is? Anyways, so like I said just a second ago, I wake up super early in the morning to get ready for work because I work morning shift. And that's whenever everything would really happen to me. This is one of the like, besides the hissing and everything, this was probably another part of the scariest thing that happened. I was getting ready for work in the bathroom that everything would happen in. The doors would open and slam and knock, all the knocking and just everything would come out of that bathroom, which was mine and Cody's bathroom. Maddie had her own bathroom in the master bedroom. Anyways, so I was getting ready for work and I had the bathroom door closed. After this night, I kept the bathroom door open every single day, and I had like a light out there because I was too scared. But I went to the bathroom and I was starting to go brush my teeth. And down the hallway, I heard like a really light knock. And I kind of like stopped and I was like, that happens all the time, whatever. And then a second later, I heard another knock. Same soft knock. It was just a little bit closer this time. And it happened 2 more times. Each time getting closer to where I was in the bathroom. It was down the hall, and a little closer, and a little closer, and a little closer next to the door. It happened 4 times. And then it waited, I swear, like a solid 5 seconds, which was probably the longest 5 seconds of my life. It waited that long. And at this time, like, I had, like, my toothbrush, pretend this little Apple Pencil's my toothbrush. I was just, like, staring at the door. I was, like, holy what the fuck is happening? So, I was just, like, waiting. And I, like, wasn't even brushing my teeth yet. Like I said, I just had it, like right outside my mouth, whatever. And it waited, like, 5 seconds, and then it knocked 1 time on the door. I'm sorry, what? And knocked down the fucking hallway, and then it knocked on the door. I was so scared. Like, my heart sank. And I just got this horrible feeling. Like a big ass boulder was on my back, and I just felt like I was gonna puke. So I literally, that was the fastest I ever brushed my teeth in my entire life. I gathered the courage and I bolted out that fucking door and I ran into our room. And I woke up Cody. I was like, bro, you won't believe just what just happened. Anyways, that was probably another one of the scariest things that personally happened to me. There was a time where I saw a shadow, I believe, of it, but I will get into that. Everything that had happened, I thought that I had a feeling that it was a little girl spirit. As weird as that is, I just had a feeling it was a little girl spirit. So anyways, keep that in mind. So, one day, well, okay, a few nights, actually, this happened. But I am not a person that really has nightmares up until all this started happening. There was one nightmare I don't really remember fully, but in the dream, well, in the nightmare, there was a bathroom that Cody and I were in, and there was like a mirror, and then underneath the mirror, there's kind of like a shelf thing, and it had like hangers on it. And in the dream, I heard this really loud bang, and I saw the hangers, like, moving. And I started screaming. And, like, I started bawling. I was screaming, Sarah is back, Sarah is back, Sarah is back. And, personally, I only know one Sarah in my life, and that's my evil stepmom, but that's another story for another time. But after I, like, ran out of the room in my dream, I had woken up, and I was bawling. And, like, I woke up screaming, bawling. And I woke Cody up, and I was just like, hold me, I can't, I had a bad dream, whatever. There was another nightmare I had, again, about a spirit haunting me. I don't remember it. But every nightmare that I did have, it was a little girl spirit. And somehow I knew its name every single time. It was mainly Sarah, but I don't remember the other name or two that I had said in my dream. So that's one reason why I did think it was a little girl. Also, because I did hear a child's laughter before that wasn't our neighbors, so I would think that it would be a little girl. So, another time, so I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but there is a filter on TikTok called Reality Ripple, that people, like, if you show yourself, it would have like these colors behind you, like your aura, that's what it kind of like looks like. If you like look at a picture of an aura, that would be what it looks like. Well, it would pick up on movement and it would take the form of what it looks like. So a lot of people were using it to see spirits. They would say like, oh, my husband passed away however long ago, and sometimes I feel like he's here, and there would be a figure of a man with that filter. So I wanted to see if that filter would work. I did it in her bathroom. Really, the only thing that it ever picked up was the towels. Like, it took shape of the towels, and I wanted to walk around the house because that day I was doing it. The day before, I was home by myself, and Gatsby, we only had Gatsby at the time. We just got Bean like last week, but we had Gatsby, our cat, and I opened our door so he would like run around and whatever and go play, like do his little thing. And I walked out of our room and I looked, and he wasn't looking at me, but you know how cat's fur like sticks up and his tail's all poofed? He was doing that, like something freaked him out and he took off running. And he wasn't looking at me, like I wasn't the one that scared him. I believe that he saw whatever was in that house, and I think it wanted to play with him or something. That's my thought. So I wanted to see if this app would work, or this filter would work. So I took my phone. I really wasn't recording all of it. I do have like a few, I don't know if I deleted them off my drafts and TikTok or not. If I didn't delete them, I'll put some in there, but I think I deleted them all. Anyways, so I was walking around the house, seeing if I could pick anything up. I walked around the house, the whole house, or the apartment, a total of 3 times. By that third time, I went into our bathroom, and hello was written in cursive on the mirror. Now, there was a part, I tried to clean the mirror one day, and I smudged a part, but I left it there because I wanted to see if anything would write on it, just so you could see it, you know. So hello in cursive was written on there. Now the H does not look like an H. To me, it looks like kind of like a crooked sideways cursive L, or it looks like a fancy cursive capital S. It doesn't really look like an H. And I'll obviously insert the picture, but if you look, there is a second trace of the word right behind it in the exact same shape. If you look at like the E and like I think the O, there's like a certain like crook of it that is identical in that second shape. And then there's a third part like towards the middle, like the ELL. There's like a third part where you can kind of see it as well. I'm gonna be honest, I don't have handwriting like that. I don't know what in the world would write it a total of like 3 fucking times on top of each other, looking identical to it. So, and that wasn't on there because we were in the bathroom. Like I said, we were doing this filter and we were going around the house, and I would have noticed it, but it didn't happen until the 3rd time. And it's so weird because we were literally looking for it and it wrote hello on the mirror. I was like, okay. And then I took to my Instagram story one day with all like the big no, the little nose, and the hello. I put it like in a collage. I'll insert the picture. And I asked my Instagram followers if I should write on the mirror back, trying to communicate with it, saying, what is your name, or who are you? Everyone voted yes, do it. So I was talking about this for 3 to 4 days about wanting to do it, and I never did. By that last day I was thinking about it, Cody noticed that it had responded to my question that I was only thinking about and talking about and never wrote on the mirror. It wrote its name Anna on the mirror 5 times. I have a video of me looking at the mirror, but it is so hard to see it. I'll play it for you. It is so hard to see it. I really hope you can see it because I know it is there. We tried the whole water thing to see if it would pop up. That didn't work. For whatever reason, the mirror wouldn't really fog up whenever we're trying to look for it, which we thought was really weird. But that's because it said his name was Anna. We believed that it kind of answered our question, and there was a little girl haunting us. Oh, well, wait. right here is an N and an A. Maybe if I move, oh, right there is a capital A. And then I know, it's so hard to see.
Can you maybe look at a different one? Is there a way that we can like dry it up and then
No, but it's right there. You can't even see it now. It's just like the background, you can't tell. I don't see the other ones either.
I see one right there.
You can't see anything on this freaking phone. Like, I
can see
swear,
one right
this one's the main one that I see. I can't see anything. That was stuck there, and it was trying to she was trying to communicate with us, because she just told us her name was Anna. Like, that's a girl's name. So I think this is probably like this is the last thing I'm gonna leave you guys with. The last story. I think Anna wasn't Anna. I think a demon was taking form of a little girl, or making us think it was a little girl, because I had a feeling it was a little girl. I think it wanted us to think that, but it really wasn't. And I'll tell you why. One day, me and Cody were in the shower again, and I had just got out from underneath the water, so he was going to go underneath the water, and he turned around, and there was scratches on his back. And it wasn't just one, it was more than one. I don't actually really, I never counted it, but I have a video of me looking at it now. I am touching his back to show you. Now, we are in the shower, but you don't see anything, so it's okay. You're just gonna see his bare back, like, and you're gonna hear the water. But I was touching it, and now I had fake nails on at the time, so it looks, you might think that I did it, but I did not do it. And he could vouch for me and saying that I did not do it. I was just like feeling it, so to like kind of like show you in the video where it was, because it was kind of hard to see, and then I took a picture of it. So if whenever we sat back and thought about everything, the hissing after holy water and the scratching that it had done and everything, that's why we think that a demon tried to take form of a little girl named Anna and try to communicate with us and get us to communicate back, and bad things started happening. So that's just really what we think, and I'm glad we kind of left it at that. One reason why it took me so long to make this video is because I was scared it was attached to me, because there was multiple times where I was 2 hours away talking about everything that had happened, and then that night something else would happen. So the reason why it took so long is because I thought it was attached to me, and moving into this new place, it's not really new, but new place to us, I didn't want it to follow. So I didn't want to talk about it. I wanted to see if anything would happen, and then I would sage the place and everything, but so far nothing has happened. That is a story of the demon that was haunting us, and I think it wanted to get to me because it would always communicate with me, and I think it was like it hissed and everything, and I think it scratched Cody because it doesn't want him around and it wanted me, as scary as that is. But I will leave you guys on that. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm sorry it's so long, but please like and subscribe. I do have more kind of like haunted story times I will eventually talk about, but I didn't want to like put it in the video and make it super, super long like it already is. So please like and subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you can get more videos. I already have a video that I'm going to be working on editing that I filmed already, and I'll have that posted soon after I post this one, because this is the most anticipated video that anyone could possibly have. So please turn on the notification bell so you know whenever my other videos come out. And thank you for watching. I'm happy if you made it to the end. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video.